Hi everybody, it's Jennifer from SheltonEOT.com. If you saw my last blog, I talked about the number one mistake we make when creating content. And what it is basically is we jump right into explaining without first engaging our audience. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in upcoming blogs, but today I wanted to rant just a little bit about PowerPoints. Sat through some PowerPoint presentations this week. The people knew what they were talking about. They were interesting. It was interesting information. But what they did was list all their bullet points out on the slide, and they read each bullet point. So I'm sitting here thinking, what's the difference? What's the advantage for me to sit and hear this person read their bullet points and maybe take an hour doing it when I could just read through the PowerPoint in 20 minutes and then maybe call them and ask them some questions? I think PowerPoint is a great tool. I think it's misused by most people. I think it's been misused so much and for so long that now when you pull up a PowerPoint, people's eyes glaze over. Sometimes, depending on your field, depending on your audience, you have no choice. It's expected of you to list your bullet points and read your bullet points. If that happens, I realize there's not much you can do, but there are little things you can do. You can start off by engaging the audience. Maybe start off with a question, ask them something, get them involved. Personally, I don't use PowerPoints much. I use them to create my handouts. You know, you can do the little handout form, and I usually don't even give those out to the end because you give people stuff to read, they're going to read and not listen to you. So if at all possible, I just don't use it. Not because it's not a good tool, but because people have misused it so long, the eyes glaze over. If you have to use a PowerPoint, but you're allowed to be a little creative, have a nice visual behind you. Have a question that people can, ask them a question, have people answer, get them engaged, get them exploring, then explain. If you've got to do you've got to do the bullet points because it's required by whomever, do the question, the great visual, get people talking, get people asking, and then head over to your bullet points. Do something to mix this up. We've got to stop just reading handouts out loud. Sometimes I think people do this because they're scared of public speaking, and it gives them a crutch. They're like, okay, I can just go up there and read. Understandable, but I think you're going to be less scared if you realize you've engaged your audience. So mix it up a little bit and do a little more than just list your bullet points. If you want some hints, some ideas on a way to make your PowerPoints more exciting, email me. I'll give you a few free tips. Okay, it's jshelton@sheltoneot.com. I've got the link on the YouTube channel. All right, and I'll be back next week with a little more about content. Thanks. Bye-bye.